Peace. What's the word? What's happening, everybody? Hopefully, everybody's having a powerful Monday. I'm gonna give y'all about 3 to 5 minutes to tap in with the kid. I don't really have long today to build. I probably got maybe 35 to 40 minutes, man. But I'm gonna keep it real simple. Make my points, then I'm gonna let y'all get back to enjoying y'all Monday. But before I start the build, y'all tap in with me. Let me know how y'all living and feeling on this wonderful Monday, man. Y'all see the subject matter, man. We talking about staying composed, keeping that composure, not allowing people to knock you off your square. Not reacting emotionally. You know, taking your time before you respond. Things along those lines. That's what we gonna be tapping into to. What's the word? How we living? How we feeling? Say we live in this thing. What's the word? Tap in with me. Let me know something. Let me know something. Y'all see I got the Bruce Lee shirt on. Be like water. That's my guy. Shout out to Bruce. But what's the word, man? How everybody living and feeling? MC, peace. Lil LA, peace. What's happening? What's the word? How we holding up on this wonderful Monday, man? Tap in. Tap in with your boy. Tap in with your boy. Y'all see Bruce Lee. We repping Bruce Lee today. That's how we feeling. We feeling Bruce Lee-ish. Flowing like water. Water is symbolic to wisdom. So that's what we on. Dakota, peace. What's happening? Hey, everything's smooth my way, man. I can't complain. Can't complain at all. I mean, I could, but that ain't gonna do any good for me. Mark, what's happening? Peace. What's happening? What's the word? How my brothers, how my sisters doing on this Monday? Hopefully y'all staying healthy, efficient, knocking them goals out, writing the goals down, all that good stuff, man. What's the word? Javon, peace. What's happening? Shakir, peace. What's happening? AR6 Assassin, what's happening? Peace. How we living? How we feeling? We talking about composure. We talking about keeping that composure. Hold on. To knock you off your square, fam. Lindell, what's happening? Days and times because they are, but we can't respond accordingly, especially as men. Important, very important. It's nothing for people to take something that you said out of context. That happens quite often to us men. And as we know, it doesn't take much for society to go against us. So the moment somebody said you said something and they have evidence of you saying it, people don't need to see the full picture when it comes to the black man. They don't need to see the full picture. They don't need to hear the other side of the story. That's enough right there. You saying something out of line, off your square. That's enough for your whole character to be assassinated. So we can't give people ammunition. We got to stop reacting. We got to be proactive with our responses to people, especially when we know they playing games with us, when we know they trying to knock us off our square. If you allow somebody to knock you off your square and cause you to respond or react emotionally, you actually deserve whatever it is that you get from that because you got to be stronger than that, fam. You got to be stronger than that. You got to be stronger than that. Magic, what's happening? You got to be stronger than that as a man. When you know somebody, let's just go to a relationship for a second. As a man, if you know you dealing with a woman that's conniving, that deals with trick knowledge, that like to play games, anytime that you feed into that nonsense, you deserve the consequences. You deserve it because you already know who you dealing with and you still responded in a way that appeased her or satisfied her. You still responded the way she wanted you to respond. You deserve that. That's your fault because you know what type of person you dealing with and you still allowed her to get under your skin. That's on you. That's on you. You can't blame her. She's just being herself. She didn't been this same way ever since you didn't met her. You know what I'm saying? So if you've been knowing this chick for 15 years and she been the same person for 15 years, if you still allowing her to knock you off your square on year 15, year 16, or in year 15 or 16, that's your fault. At some point, you got to learn. At some point, you got to adapt and adjust. At some point, you got to take a different approach. Yeah, when we young, we might, you know what I'm saying, we going to get emotional, we going to be angry, frustrated, and we going to respond accordingly. But 15 years later, you can't be doing that. You can't be playing those games with the same person, fam. You can't give them what they want. You know, I don't care if you feel like it makes you soft, whatever the case may be, man, keep your composure, especially when it's a written message. Whether you texting, whether it's an email, and this is just not even just dealing with relationships, fam. This is at work, all of that. When you are sending messages via the written word, always keep your composure, keep it professional, keep it respectable. Do not give anybody the opportunity to take your words out of context. Always keep it peace. Always. If you are having a tumultuous conversation or dialogue with somebody, it's getting to that point, you end the text, you end the email, and you request a face-to-face conversation, or you request talking over the phone, and you do your best to record the conversation. We got to keep you can't you cannot be texting and being in the email thread going off. That will be used against you, especially as a black man. And nobody cares about the full context. Once they see you responding in that angry manner as a man, they coming after you, fam. They are coming after you. So never give people that ammunition. Whether it's your job, whether it's a woman, never do that. Always keep it peace. Always keep it peace. Don't do the back and forth, especially when it's written. And then when you get to a place where y'all are having a conversation, record the conversation. Those are the type of games we got to play, especially when you think somebody is playing a game with you. Record conversations. Keep it peace when you texting. Keep it peace when you sending emails. That way, they have no ammunition. They can't say, see, look how angry he was in the text. Look at the way he sent these emails. He's going off. He's angry. No, I'm going to keep it peace and to keep it professional and keep it simple. So there's no way you can misconstrue what I'm saying to you. There's no way you can take what I'm saying out of context to make it look like I'm angry. I'm going to respond in a way that if 100 eyes see what I sent you, those 100 eyes going to be like, oh, okay, he seems to be handling this well. That's how we respond. That's how we must respond. Stay composed. Stay composed. If they are getting under your skin, then you don't respond. It's really that simple. You know, I done got in the habit of y'all done been there where you was in the process of sending the email. You done wrote the email out and everything. And it's in this email you going off, but you never send it. Been there, done that thousands of times. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Right? You done wrote it out, boom. Just don't send it though, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look over that joint. You like, ah, man, this energy ain't right. Delete that. That's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it, man. You got to play the long-term game with some of these people. You know, y'all done been there, done that. You got to play the long-term game with some of these people, whether it's another woman or whether it's a job, because they are trying to catch you slipping. Both of them are trying to catch you slipping. If you're dealing with a conniving sister, if you're dealing with a conniving woman, she trying to catch you slipping so she can blast you on platforms, on social media, and the job trying to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The job trying to look for a reason to fire you, all of that type of stuff. It's a mark on your back. So you cannot give them ammunition. Shanu, peace. What's happening? Can't do it. This must keep buffering. But keep it peace and keep it brief so we will have no misunderstandings. Sometimes, you know, it get to a point sometimes where you just gotta, I know y'all have been in a situation where you just allow the person to talk to themselves. You know what I'm saying? You ever been in a back and forth via the written word, and instead of you responding, it's like the person just talking to themselves. You not responding because you might not be in the right space, or you just gonna let this person look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you going back and forth, you just going, all right, I'm just let you say all this stuff. I'm not saying anything. Or if I say something, I'm just gonna be like, okay, something like that. You know, sometimes that's just how you got to do it. You know, to just protect yourself. You know, because again, if we say the wrong thing, it will be used against us. And a lot of times, people do not care about context when it comes to the brother man saying some stuff out of line. So we gotta be mindful of that, you know. And we should. That's how we should operate anyway. You know, we should not be we should not be out here allowing folks to get us to that point, because again, that's somebody dictating the flow of your energy. When they can control how you respond, when they can control how you move, you know, when they can control your emotions. You know, when you allow somebody to get you to respond angrily, they are controlling your emotions, meaning they are controlling you, meaning they now have power over you. So we can't allow that. We never should allow that. You know, again, I've always talked about this. Sometimes you got to step back. The best response, a lot of times, is no response. You don't have to respond to things immediately. You know, somebody says something that you did not like, you can respond the next day, or you cannot respond at all. Sometimes I just will not respond if it's some nonsense. I'm not going to feed it. You know, sometimes you got to examine who you dealing with. You know, if you dealing with a person to where, you know, even if I thoroughly break this down, it will be misunderstood, and I don't even care to really do that and go there with this person, I'm not going to respond. But if I'm dealing with a person where, all right, if I thoroughly break this down, then they may gain an understanding, you know, of where I'm coming from, then I may do that. You know, so it's all about assessing the person that you are communicating with. You know, again, everybody is different when it comes to communicating. You know, so if you know you're dealing with a level-headed person that you can actually get through to them, then you may respond. But if you're dealing with somebody that not trying to hear anything you saying, and you know that, sometimes the best response is no response. Don't even entertain the foolishness. Just make them appear crazy, because they gonna keep talking to themselves. You know, they gonna be going off on themselves. You know, I know y'all done been there, done that. You know, a person, you not responding to a person, but they keep hitting you up. You ain't said nothing to them, but they just keep drilling you like you responding. You ain't saying nothing this whole time. Sometimes that's the game you gotta play, fam. Instead of you getting angry, what they say, don't fight the fire with fire. Can't be doing that. You know, again, composure. That should be a trait of men, being able to keep our composure in the midst of chaos, being able to activate reason, logic in the midst of chaos. We need to be the ones that's centered and level-headed when it comes to those type of disputes and situations. We can't be stooping down to that level. That's supposed to be a characteristic trait of men. That's supposed to be something that men do. We not supposed to be going back and forth doing all that type of nonsense verbally. That's not a game we supposed to even be playing. So we supposed to be able to step back and say, all right, you saying all this nonsense, give me a second to respond to all of this. Matter of fact, when you calm down, that's when we gonna have a conversation. Plenty of times I'd have said that. When you ready to, you know what I'm saying, when you calm down and you ready to have a sensible conversation, then holler at me. Until then, I'm not saying anything to you. That's how we gotta regulate that type of dialogue. You know, don't go back and forth. We gotta stop all the going back and forth. Man, this mug buffer one more time. But yeah, that arguing, that going back and forth, dead. You know, and this is common sense. But we know one thing about common sense, it's not too common. We slip up, and that's cool. But catch yourself, you know. Times you slip up and you find yourself arguing, Catch yourself. Remove yourself from that situation, that environment. Regain your composure. Sleep on a response. Go do something else. Cool yourself off and down. Man, I'm quick to go hit some push-ups, work out something. When I feel something that got me to that point, man, I go work out real quick. I go bang out some push-ups, some sit-ups, some burpees, or anything, just to calm myself down and cool myself down, so I don't respond in that manner. Because I've talked about it all the time. I've been known to have a short temper, so I'm speaking from experience. I'm known to be like, if you say something I don't like, I'm known to go there real quick. So over the years, I've gotten better with my responses. Because a lot of times, man, when you go there with a person and they not in their right state of mind, again, you might as well talk to the wall. You're not getting anything done. So why you think you going in and making points? The person that needs to receive that, they are not receiving it, fam. They not receiving it. So again, I want to make my points when we are both level-headed, when we are both centered, when everything is calmed down. That's when you can make your points. That's when you can control the flow of that conversation. That's when you need to be having the conversation. It's like, all right, man, we both didn't calm down, or you didn't calm down. Now we can have an adult-like conversation instead of a childish conversation with all this yelling and all this nonsense. We calm now. Let's talk this out. So I'm doing a better job myself personally, dealing with my short temper, because short temper been a part of my life for a very long time. I done lashed out a bunch of people. As soon as you say something I don't like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So now I've learned to just not do that. Of course, sometimes I slip up, but I acknowledge when I slip up. I acknowledge it. That's the thing. That's the thing about being mindful, being aware, like awareness. People talk about mindfulness and awareness. Like, being mindful and being aware don't mean you don't make a mistake or you don't commit an error. Being mindful and aware indicates when you do commit the error, you acknowledge it almost instantly. So when I do something that's out of character, or when I do something that I view as an error, I instantly notify myself. I shouldn't have did that. That's what being mindful is. That's mindfulness. That's being aware. Like, man, I just did something that wasn't right. I shouldn't have did that. That's mindfulness. That's awareness, at least to me. It's plenty of people that they do things and they say things that's out of line, but they don't even realize it's out of line. That's a person that's unaware. That's a person that's not mindful, that's not conscious of what it is that they do and say. When you mindful and you conscious and aware of what you do and say, then when you do and say something, you know exactly what you just did and said. It's plenty of people. I done been in plenty of situations where I had to tell a person, like, do you realize what you just said? Like, I done had to bring to light to people, like, did you really hear what you just said? And when you do that, sometimes, like, they didn't even think about the ramifications of what they said. They didn't even think about the harmfulness of what they said. Like, they just said what they said and they didn't think about anything else. They just said it. They didn't think, oh man, this might be offensive, or this might harm this person. You know what I'm saying? They didn't think about that. So sometimes I didn't have to shed light on people, like, man, did you really just hear what you said? And they'd be like, no, I didn't think of it like that. It's because you did not think. You said something without being mindful, without being conscious, without thinking. You just blurted something out and you didn't think about what you said. You didn't think before you spoke. So I've done that a lot of times to people. I've made them think about the ramifications of what they said and how other people can receive what they said and how they may need to think before they make a statement like that. So that's what you have to do. That's what mindfulness is. Just be mindful of what you say. So again, that don't mean every time I'm saying the right thing, but when I say something that can be offensive, I know what I just said could offend this person. Either I don't care about offending that person, or I'm going to try to clean it up later in the conversation. but I am mindful that what I said, this person can take it this way. That's mindfulness. Lindell, what you say? You say, do you feel that your love for a person is more important than something one demands? For instance, if your wife wasn't into eating healthy and working out, would it matter to you? See, nah, wait a see, hey, love is cool and whatnot, but principles and foundation and the foundation is everything. Like morals, principles, and the foundation is everything. Like I'm not, like y'all know, I'm not a sentimental person. I'm not an emotional person. That love stuff is for the birds. Yeah, I'm about I value respect and all that more than love. Like I don't care about love in that sense. Like I don't y'all don't hear me talk a lot about love. You know, I feel like at the end of the day, we got to have similar principles when it comes to those things that you mentioned. Yeah, you ain't got to be no workaholic when it comes to exercising and working out, but that has to be something that you value in some sense. You can't disrespect it around me. No, I'm not going with that. I'm not going with that. Eating healthy, like you ain't necessarily got to be 1,000% clean, but we not about to not agree on that. I'm not about to be I'm not about to be talking about healthy eating and then you don't care about what you eat. Nope, that ain't gonna. I don't care nothing about love. I don't care about love. No, straight up, straight up. I feel like, matter of fact, in our reality, I feel like love is what, especially on the female side, I feel like love is what actually causes them to make dumb decisions. I feel like that's why a lot of women walk into dumb decisions because they be so blinded by love. Sometimes it really be lust, but I feel like love be blinding folks. I don't allow it to blind me because I don't even deal with it like that. Like, nah, what are your principles? What are your morals? What do you value? And then are you respecting me? That's my I don't even have to have a conversation about love. I can when it comes to relationships, I don't even have to include love in the mix. You know, because if we got similar values, principles, ethics, all of that type of good stuff, and the respect is there, that's love. You know, that's love. That's love for sure. Because in my honest, the way I really view that, CC Montel, what's happening? The way I view something like that is like I equate it to, like, this is the thing. Of course, I can't make anybody do anything, right? I can't make you eat healthy. No, you know what I'm saying? If we together, I can't make you eat healthy. I can't make you work out. But at some point, like at some point, fam, if this is a major part of my life, if this is me, like if being healthy, if health is a major part of my life, I can't sit around too much longer and watch you neglect your health. Because if we want to really talk about love, if one of my values and my principles, if my main principle is health, health is wealth. Y'all hear me talk about wealth all the time. That's one of my main principles and values in my life. But then I'm with somebody and I'm just allowing themselves to eat themselves into an early grave. Do I seriously love that person? I think not. That may be an unpopular opinion, but I think not. I think not. I'm doing all this invested in my health. Like let's really bring some other factors into the mix. Like if we talking about being in each other's lives, you might be raising kids, whatever the case may be. I'm not about to let you clock out on me early after we done made this agreement and you out here eating yourself into an early grave and I'm about to sit back and watch. No, nah, I can't, nope, can't allow that. Like I said, you ain't got to be a crazy workout head like me lifting, squatting 400-500 pounds. You gotta do that. Well, you gotta do something. Or you gotta do something. I'm not gonna be sitting around too much longer watching you do absolutely nothing when I know the danger of that. I can't. When you got love for a person, when you fool with a person, you just not you not gonna be able to do that. If you don't care about a person, you're gonna let them do whatever. You're gonna let them do whatever though. You're gonna let them lose themselves. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna let them eat themselves into that because you don't care about them. When you care about a person, you're not gonna let that happen. You're not gonna let it. You're gonna say something. You're gonna try to motivate them, inspire them to do something. You gonna listen. You gonna push them in some direction. And if that leads to the relationship ending, then so be it. But if you really fool with a person and health is at the top of your priority list, you're not gonna sit around and let that person just be unhealthy. You're not gonna do it. It's gonna bother you. You know, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna be living with a person day in and day out, and you just allowing them to adapt all these unhealthy habits, and you just sit around like life is cool. You ain't gonna be able to do it. You ain't gonna be able to do it. That's what, man. Listen, and because I done been that way with family. You know what I'm saying? People that I care, man. I had to disconnect from this. I had to detach from this. Man, fooling with your family so hard that you trying to push them to be healthy. So I know, you know what I'm saying? When we talk about being in a relationship, that's a different ball game because now I'm living with this person. You trying to raise kids with the person. That's, you know what I'm saying? I done been that way over family members, fam. Like I done been that way over family members that I don't see every day, trying to get them to do what's right and exact. So I had to detach from that. So when I'm invested, like, nah, man, at some point, you gonna have to do something. You know, we all got different priorities. So whatever you passionate about, whatever's at the top of your list, like you're not gonna sit around and you're just not gonna do it unless you do not care about this person. That's the only way that you will allow somebody to not do something that revolves around your top priorities. Especially when these priorities are of benefit to both parties. Like, nah, man, you're not about to prioritize your health and just be comfortable with your spouse or your better half eating themselves into a coma. Like, man, that's going to eat you alive. Again, you can't make somebody do anything, but you're going to address it. You're going to address it, and you're going to start presenting people with ultimatums. And I have no problem with that. That may be an uncomfortable conversation. This may be a very unpopular opinion, but I have no problem with that, fam. I have no problem with that. If we supposed to come together, if we supposed to be one, you know what I'm saying? If you supposed to be a reflection of me, because this is the relationship, family. This is how relationships have been described. You know, you supposed to reflect me. We supposed to come together and be one. No. So if you not taking care of yourself, you don't reflect me. We ain't one. So nah, we disconnected at that point. So no. It's time for you to make some decisions out here. You know what I'm saying? Because again, when you start dealing with relationships the way we have described and defined relationships, just like I said, there's a reflection of me. You know, when you go out there, you represent not only yourself, but you represent me, and vice versa. You know, when you are in any type of relationship, fam, when you go out, you not only represent you, it's a brand at that point. When they say your a potential spouse, or when you choosing a spouse, when they say that's a business decision, they not lying. You know, so when y'all going out, man, that's representing a brand. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm Mr. Trainer guy that's all about my health, and my lady going out and she's not thoroughly reflecting the brand, that's bad on my business. That's bad on my business, fam. It's bad on my business. Like straight up, people don't want to be that honest with these conversations, but it is what it is. People don't want to be that honest with these conversations, but it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. You are reflecting when you get into a situation like that, man. Y'all reflect each other. Y'all represent each other when y'all not around each other, and y'all, whether you like it or accept it or not, that's what it is. So you want somebody that reflects you and your principles, so that when y'all out, it's almost like you still there because they reflect everything that embodies you, and vice versa. That's the type of person that you want to be with. When they out, they represent. You know what I'm saying? They holding it down. They not making people question like, whoa, how y'all together? You know what I'm saying? Like when they out, people like, okay, man, y'all are just alike. That's what you want. You want the person to reflect you to where I can send you out to this place and it's like I'm there. That's what you mean when you come together and y'all one. That's what it's supposed to be like. Nishi, what's happening? That's what it's supposed to be like. Again, people don't want to hear that. People don't want to have this conversation, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know that's why that's one of the reasons why I have certain stances that I have as far as people like certain political stances. You know what I'm saying? When you be on the black tip and you got you a white chick, that doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like that, no, like that, no, that doesn't make any logical sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any logical sense to me. It doesn't, you know? And again, it's very unpopular opinion. I know it, very unpopular perspective. I get it. But in my world, no way can I talk how I talk, be on my Khalid Muhammad vibes, and I'm dating a white chick. When she go out, how is she reflecting me in any way, shape, or form? How is this possible? You know what I'm saying? How is this possible? I'm out here real militant in my perspective, but then boom. I'm out here talking some Khalid Muhammad vibes, revolution this, revolution that, and my lady white. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That doesn't, to me, that doesn't mesh. That doesn't go together. But whatever floats y'all boat, y'all keep doing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I'm just saying for me, doesn't mesh because again, I need you to be a reflection of me. That don't mean we got to have 100% the same views, but again, it's just like it's an energy thing, man. You know what I'm saying? When I'm not there and you there, I want people to be like, I see. You know what I'm saying? I see why they together. I understand. I understand why they together. I get it. You represent him well. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Chronicles of OG for sure. Hey, Devin Peace, what's happening? Hey, straight up. T Solo, 100%. They ain't made for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? They not made for anybody else. They not made for anybody else. You know, and that's a fact. You know, so hey, and that's man. When I started to get on that type of time, I just couldn't. I'm like, man, how y'all, And I was just those people that was on that dealing with white chicks. Like when I came into that, I'm like, man, I can't even. I'm like, bro, I don't even look at them. Like, no, like, man, listen. When I tapped in and got knowledge of self, I couldn't. I wasn't looking at white chicks before that. You know what I'm saying? But when I got knowledge of self, I'm like, nah, man. Like, what? I'm like, it just don't even make any sense. Ain't no way. Like, I'm not gravitating towards that. When I'm learning about the beauty of the black woman and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying, and you just really acknowledging and embracing the beauty of the black woman, I'm like, man, this what? Why would I want to go on that side? Don't even make any sense to me. I'm gonna let the white man have their women. I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with adopting the views that I adopted and saying, look, I only date within my race. Like y'all have y'all women, cool. I don't need that. It really don't make any sense to me for me to be on that type of time and be fooling with them. Like that never crossed my mind. So when dudes be on that, I'm just like, man, something is wrong there. Like for real, mentally something is off. When you on that militant type. Now, if you not on that type of time and you just like white women, that's cool. But I feel like it's something mental going on when a brother is on a pro black vibe and he don't be dealing with nothing but white chicks. That's some psychological stuff going on there. So I feel. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you not on that type of time and you a black dude, you a brother, you just like white women, man, I ain't got no problem with that. But when you on some pro black vibes and all I see you talking to is white women, some ain't right. Some ain't right, and we might have to have a conversation because what you really on? Like what you know what I'm saying? Like what you really on? But again, if that's just what you like, cool. And you ain't on that pro-black vibe, you're not pushing that narrative. Because that's not like, listen, again, this is just for the brothers that are on a pro-black vibe and fooling with white women. This is not, I'm not talking about black dudes that ain't on a pro-black vibe that like white women. Not talking about y'all. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. But if you're on a pro-black vibe and you are talking about how you prefer white women, that does not make any sense. Because part of being pro-black is being pro-black family. You are not a pro-black family if you have a white woman. If you don't have the mother, if you're not with the mother of civilization, you are not pro-black. I don't care what you are telling me. There is no way, in no way, shape, or form can you be a pro-black male and you are with a white woman. You are not pro-black. That you are not race first. That's what pro-black means. I'm race first. If your preference is white women, you cannot be pro-black. You cannot be. When you start studying the works of our good brothers that and this here we go buffering me. Unless you have dated every black sister on the planet Earth and they all rejected you, then you went to white women. All right, I see we must be talking about some sensitive stuff, man. They keep on messing with my connection, and that's just the reality of the situation. If that hurts your feeling, again, I'm mindful of what I say. If that hurts your feelings, then I really do not care because that's just what it is. You got to find, you have to call yourself something else. You can't be saying I'm pro-black and I'm this and that. Again, these are for the people that do that because there are brothers that do this, call themselves pro-black, and they prefer to deal with white women. You're not pro-black, sir. You're not. Like I said, unless you have went through every black woman, every sister on the planet Earth, and they rejected you, and then you just your last option were the white women, that would be the only way that would be rationalized because you went through your race first and they all rejected you, and now you're dealing with whatever will accept you. If that is not your story, which it is really not, then I don't want to hear that. You gotta find some way else to describe your stuff. Like you like black information, you know. Yeah, Devin, exactly. And that's how they were. So when we start doing, and that's why I say it's some psychological nonsense behind it, because that's what they did. They talked dirty about us, and then they went and raped our women. You know what I'm saying? But they was fascinated with our women, talking bad about us as a whole, talking bad about us as a race, but they the original deadbeats, raping our women, creating babies, neglecting these babies, this, that, and the third. So when we start doing stuff like that, we are mimicking our oppressors, fam. So that's why I say it's something psychological behind a person that is on that type of time. When you saying you pro-black, but you only deal with white women, because that's the reverse of what they were like. That's what, not the reverse, but that's what they were doing. Black people, this and that, and they raping all women. They creating children with all women, and not one or two children. They had whole families, 3, 4, 5 of them. 3, 4, 5. Like how many? What can you say? How many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Like they creating families out here. They created families and neglected all them kids. Neglected all them kids, fam. But now we became the mascots of deadbeats. Come on now. Come on now. We don't never see the white male's face attached to being a deadbeat father. Plenty of them out here. Man, listen. They started all that. Especially here. They started all that. They started all that. And not only were they dead, they were deadbeats in a sense. You raping these kids, you raping these women out here, fam. Like you raping these women. Like you raped them with like this lady had to have your child and you raped her. Like, are you serious? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what was going on. Hey, Devin, that's one of my favorite books, man. E. Franklin Frazier, that was my guy. You know, that's one of my favorite books. I got that book behind me somewhere. Sharif, man, you already know. You know, contrary to how people may feel about Umar, you know, when he right, he be right. When he right, he be right at the end of the day. That's how I be. Like when Umar right, he be right. You know, love him, hate him, however you feel about him, man. But when he on point, he on point. Like straight up. But yeah, man, yeah, I've never understood that. Now I've never understood the brothers that claim to be pro-black and then still be on that type of time with white women. I don't get it. I have no problem letting white men have their women. You know what I'm saying? Never had a problem with it. Y'all can have y'all women. Asian men can have Asian women. You know what I'm saying? Arab men can have Arab women. I've never had problems with all that. Yeah, I've never had problems with it. I was never really fascinated with all that. You know, give me the sister every time. Give me the sister every time. People talk about how crazy. Listen, people talk about how crazy sisters are, how the attitude is. You talking to a brother? I watch like the ID channel. I watch a lot of these murder mystery channels, and I promise you, majority of the cases that I see when I watch this stuff are white women or Hispanic women killing their men, killing their boyfriends, killing their husbands for life insurance policy, whatever the case may be. We know what happened to Steve Air McNair. Who killed Steve Air McNair? Who killed Steve McNair? McNair had a whole black wife at the time. If she knew dude was cheating, did she go out and kill this man? See, we so quick to get on the sisters about their attitudes and whatnot, but man, we got plenty of scenarios. I'm asking y'all this: who killed Steve McNair? For all of y'all people that be, for all of y'all brothers that be drooling over these chicks overseas, who killed Steve McNair? We got other examples of this. But I'm telling, I watch all them murder mystery channels. I am telling y'all, majority of the cases do not involve sisters killing their black husbands. Yes, you have that, but 90% of the cases when you watching these channels and these shows and these documentaries, you be seeing these white folks and these Hispanic women killing their man. I'm talking about elaborate plots. It do not be the sisters. So y'all can think these other ethnic groups or these other ethnic women don't have attitude. Yeah, they don't have an attitude because they plotting to kill you, fam. They smiling in your face. They listening to every dumb thing you saying. Whole while they are coming up, they are concocting a scheme to kill you, to shoot you in your head while you sleep. Like, I watch too many of them things to. I know how crazy these white women are. I know how crazy these other ethnic groups are. They will kill you, fam. They will kill you quickly. Yes, you can die at the hands of a sister. Yes, sister can set you up. But I'd rather just that. I'd rather take that than thinking the grass is green on the other side and I get shot in my head while I'm sleeping. No. Emphatically no. Emphatically no. Like a lot, and I'm not even just like a lot of times, man. When I done seen this enough, of course, like I said, sisters and set brothers up. You know, old boy from the Steve Harvey show, Romeo. That situation was just trash. But then there was a young chick just lying on him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we got plenty of cases like that. Not saying that stuff don't happen, but again, when you watch these channels, because I feel like people don't see these things often. They think these other ethnic groups just listen to everything dudes say. They don't have attitudes. Yeah, the moment you do some stuff they don't like, they about to plot to kill you. They gonna do exactly what this thing say. Keep their composure. Keep a smile on their face. Next thing you know, you done came up missing. They didn't hire the side boyfriend to kill you. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't did all type of weird stuff. They cheating on you with your best friend and then got your best friend to come kill you and dump your body in the river. Man, I'd be seeing all that type of stuff. I'm cool on it. I'd rather deal with the people I'm familiar with. I know how they move. You know what I'm saying? Like if a sister trying to set me up, I'm familiar with that. I'm familiar with how they move because I done been around sisters trying to set people up. I can catch that. I ain't been around these white chicks and these Arab chicks trying to set me up. That looks different. I don't know. That's a different look. I'm familiar with the sisters. I'm familiar with that. I came from that. So I can identify that quickly. I can't identify that coming from these other groups. They do it differently. I wasn't around that. I was around sisters trying to set you up. So I know how to spot that. So a sister, man, it would take a lot for a sister to catch me slipping. You know what I'm saying? As far as trying to set me up, because I got identified. I've seen it. I've seen it. We done grew up in that neck of the woods, man. So I know what that looks like. I know what it looks like. So I can deal with that because I know how to handle it. I know how to maneuver. I know how to catch it. Like, oh, hold on, she moving kind of weird. Where she come from? Like, this ain't adding up. This ain't right. She set me up. This is a setup. This seeming like a setup. This is how sisters move in this neck of the woods. All right. She trying to get me. She trying to catch me slipping. All right, boom. The other coaches do it differently. They do it differently. So I'm cool. Give me the sisters every time. Give me the sisters every time. I'd rather deal with whatever y'all call the attitude. I'd rather deal with that than again have my head chopped off or shot while I'm sleeping. All because I might cut you off. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they be killing dudes over some crazy stuff. Over some crazy, man. You ain't buy them a truck. Now they don't think you love them anymore. Now they finna shoot you. Like there's another ethnic group be on. Man, you ain't. Yeah, I'm cheating. You got a whole wife. You know what I'm saying? They thought you was the only one. They thought this and that. And the whole while they knew what it was from the jump. Now one day they wake up and get emotional. Now you finna kill you. I'm good. I'm good on that type of time. I'm cool. Like I said, I know how sisters move. I be watching that stuff them white women be on, and it be crazy. I mean, it be straight crazy. I mean, it don't even be having to be all that. Dude doing everything for you, and she still concocting this elaborate scheme to kill him. Nah, buddy. I'd rather deal with what I'm familiar with, man. Flat, point blank, 1,000%. Y'all can y'all can go play in the snow. I'm cool. I'm cool 1,000%, man. But y'all, with that being said, I gotta make my moves. I gotta head back up to this gym, finish off my clients for the evening. So, man, I just wanted to get on here and chop it up with you all for a brief second, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I appreciate the comments, man. I appreciate the engagement and the interaction as always. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna tap in, but I'm gonna try to tap in sometime this week before the weekend. But I'm out, man. Y'all be easy. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. I'm gonna catch y'all when I catch y'all. Be easy out here though. Peace.